Hey, I'm Deshay, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the cloth face mask. It only takes you about 10 minutes. Although the masks do cover your face, it does not guarantee to protect you from contracting COVID-19.
DC is recommending that Americans wear a basic cloth or fabric mask that can be either purchased online or simply made at home.
As recommended to wear these around, I decided to show you guys how to make it. I do sell them and customize it. So if you guys are interested purchasing one, you guys could click the link below, add my Facebook. Make sure you guys give this video a like, comment down below. Essential workers matter. With that being said, I'm gonna be giving away 5 to 10 masks. I'm not as fast as I want to be yet, but I do what I can. Also, I have another video on how to thread your machine and how to wind the bobbin for those of you who are new to sewing. You can go ahead and check that out. Yeah. I start by clipping the two pieces of fabric together, just so that the fabric won't move, because it tends to do that a lot, depending on the type of fabric. Then I start sewing on the longer side. So before you begin sewing, sure your needle is down. You want to make sure you leave about an inch, and then we're going to sew all the way around. Make sure you leave at least 2 centimeters from the end so that we can place the elastic. So when you start sewing, remember to start a little bit, stop so that you can reverse sew, and then continue sewing. That way you're sealing your stitch. And then you continue sewing, and remember to leave at least 2 centimeters from the end. Okay, so next you can just pull the cloth over, place the elastic. It doesn't have to be straight. It could be diagonal in there, because it's going to take you forever to try to get that straight. Plus, you don't want to sew too much on the elastic. When you do get to sewing the elastic, you want to make sure you back stitch. I just do it quickly. I sew forward, just sew back, and I do that about 3 times over the elastic, just to make sure that the elastic stays in place. So then keeping my needle in close to the edge but not too far. Remember, the thread tends to slip if it's too far to the end. We're just going to simply turn it so that we can start sewing down the side. Reverse stitch 1 time and then continue sewing down until I get to the other end. And then I take the other end of the elastic and place it in the corner diagonally. As you can see what I'm doing here, and just fold it back over and start to sew over it. That's the easiest way I have done it. Also, instead of sewing straight down, I sew diagonally, so that will better hold the elastic, rather than sewing it down straight into like a 90-degree angle. Then remember, keeping the needle down. Turn your work, and then you sewing until the end, making sure that you leave that gap. Making sure that there's no gaps, and if it is, you want to make sure that they're closed, because it'll have holes in the mask, which you don't want. Besides that, one to put a filter in if you would like. So you just go back and close them gaps, and when you're done, we're going to be on to the next step. which is clipping any extra fabric. Next, we flip it inside out. For the elastics, you don't want to pull too hard because if you cut the elastic, then it could pull the threading out the elastic, which shed a lot. So then you'll be sitting there clipping extra. I'm sticking my finger in to push all the sides and corners out, to make sure the fabric stretches out as far as possible so that I can have a nice size mask. So then we're going to iron it just to get the wrinkles out, also to make it easier to fold. So whichever way the hole is, I usually use as the bottom. Depending on how big your fabric is, you either can get about 3 to 4 of these folds. You want to repeat folding and having it as even as possible. You want to iron the front and back to get that crease. I found that sewing downward along the folds works best rather than sewing up, but really it depends. As you just go along, just hold your finger on the folds to try to keep them from slipping. Make sure your needle is down before you start sewing so that it doesn't pull the fabric too much. So then I iron the fabric again just to get that crease. So next we're on to clipping any threads that we see sticking out. We want to make sure it looks good. Also, if you guys like watching this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. Comment down below, essential workers matter. We just want to thank you guys for all that you are doing. Now you're ready to make your face masks, whether you want to sell them, give them away free,